Let's kill some shit. I don't want to spawn a Conqueror in Haywork before I spawn it in Valdo. I guess not that it really matters. Yeah, no.
Do this just yet.
This is gonna be rough. Okay.
I can't do this just yet.
Without the TV on. Like, what is that noise? Okay. Mm-hmm. Seriously, where the fuck did the tormented spirit come from?
can't do this just yet. I believe in traveling light. I can't do this just yet.
That's weird. The music stopped. Oh, no, it didn't. There's just a long, weird. There's a long section of silence at the end of that one.
I can't do this just yet. can't do this just yet.
Oh, fuck. That was close. I proc my adrenaline, yeah? Something like that. Pretty sure. Yep. I always forget about Blood Stance. I don't know why. I'm just not used to melee. Excuse you. Figures.
I can't do this just yet.
I don't think I need Shaper gear for anything. I don't know why I keep doing the Shaper ones just winged. It's because I happen to have them, I guess. That was a large explosion radius. Did not expect it to be that large. Whoa. Ow. Bitch.
I can't do this just yet.
What the fuck was that? That ice noble was huge. Look at that. Do you see the coverage? Run away. Yeah, didn't hit me with that one, did you? Bitch. Another one? Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. I dodged it. Not really sure. Hmm.
I believe in traveling light.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do an altar with that boss. He's just annoying. And my chaos res isn't great right now.
I believe in traveling light. I can't do this just yet.
Oh fuck. Whoa. Whoa, what's that? Yo, dude.
I felt the leash singe tight and sure. Felt its pull towards the inky terminus. I grasped at the roots for anything that would hold against the gentle tongue. All I held was I alone was resourced alone, and I was. And which we dropped back into Sirus with an expedition. Those I served would not allow me to work.
I can't do this just yet.
Whoops. Oh. Oh. Ah. Whoops.
can't do this just yet.
Yo, what's up, Dan? How you doing, man? Not too bad, you know, just the usual. Just chilling, working. Not much too exciting. I saw you were still playing Valheim. You still having fun with that? Yeah, nice. I've been playing it a little bit with my brothers, but not so much lately. I actually started just like a solo server of my own. I played like 2 or 3 hours on it probably. Might get back into Dota. Yeah, I saw you were playing Dota the other day, or maybe it was earlier today. One of the two. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about MOBAs. I played Dota for a little bit, actually, a few years ago. But, I don't know. Like a solo server of my own. I played like 2 or 3 hours. Hello? Probably. Yo, what's up? I get back into Dota? Yeah, I saw you were playing Dota the other day. Why?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear myself too. Using speakers?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, what's up? Can you hear me? Can you not hear me? Yeah, I can. I just keep hearing myself.
I think it's the Twitch delay.
What do you mean? Can you not hear me through Discord?
I can't hear you on Discord.
Alright, hold on.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Do Do you hear me now?
I think it was on my end.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Oops.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, I was on my phone. That's why you're hearing feedback.
No, no worries.
Yeah, I some of my coworkers got on my Valheim server,
Nice.
which is cool. Yeah, we got a little base going.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna hop on there at some point once like I had like kind of like finished the game, but my brothers don't like to play that much, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've only killed Eikthyr so far, and I have like
The
bronze.
second one, right?
No, that's the first one. The second one
Oh, that's the
is
first-
yeah, the second one is Elder.
Right.
I haven't tried to kill Elder yet. And I have like bronze armor and stuff on the guy that I play with my brothers on. But like the guy that I started solo with, like I just like within like an hour I just like rushed fire arrows and just killed Eikthyr. Like within like an hour, just kited him.
You can bring your characters to different servers.
Oh, I know.
Gotcha.
I wanted to start a fresh solo server, so I wanted to start a new character because, like I said, my character that I have with my brothers already has like bronze armor and weapons.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm definitely planning on at some point hopping over to the server. I like I said, I wanted to kind of like finish the game first, and that's just happening a lot more slowly than I anticipated.
Yeah, it takes a while. Like I haven't finished it yet either. Like I probably could fight the last boss, but I haven't yet because I don't think you get anything from him useful yet.
Yeah, it's just kind of like an end mile marker.
Thing. Yeah, and also I think it's hard to like find information on it, but I think if you add like I've also been reluctant to add the trophies onto the like beginning place because I think it makes the game harder for everyone. So like
Oh, really?
I have the first two trophies up, but the next two I didn't add them yet.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I just figured you had to hand in the trophies in order to get the
You do.
like ability or whatever.
Yeah, you do.
Well, no, I thought that was the only reason you had to hand in the trophies. I didn't know that it like increased difficulty across the server.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's cool though. I like that. It's like it's just another form of progression since your character doesn't really have levels.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good.
I think there's like something as well. Like, I think it also affects the difficulty of the things that attack your base. Yeah, because like I don't know if you've encountered that, but if you have a base, like it'll say like, oh, the ground is shaking, and then like trolls will come and try to like destroy your base.
yeah. The forest is moving.
Yeah, the forest is that thing.
Yeah. Yep. Ugh. Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I've never had any of the goblins or anything or dwarves or whatever destroy really any like significant portion of my base. Like they've like destroyed like a tile or something, you know, but they've never like taken down a door or like busted through like a fence or anything.
Yeah.
But I've also never had like a giant troll attack my base. It's only ever been like the like the dwarves and like shamans and stuff like that.
Yeah, the trolls do start attacking your base at some point.
Yeah, never had that, or haven't had that yet anyway. By the way, since I have you on the call and I haven't talked to you yet, I was gonna ask if you'd be willing to be one of my groomsmen for my wedding.
Hell yeah, man! I'd be honored.
Cool.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What?
I said yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be you and my two brothers and one of my friends from out here named Tim. But I don't know. You might have met.
I don't
No,
know.
maybe not. Anyway, and then I also asked Corey Benov, who you have met.
Yes.
Um, and he's down to do it, but he doesn't know for sure if he can, because he works as a wildfire firefighter, um,
Okay.
or a smoke jumper. He works as a smoke jumper. I want to say he works for Montana, like the state of Montana, but most of the time they get loaned out to like California during the wildfire season and stuff like that. So anyway, we're planning on doing our wedding during the summer, which is obviously the wildfire season. So he's going to be working. So he just needs to know enough in advance so that he can make sure that um, he's not given any shifts. I guess I don't know exactly how it works with smoke jumpers, but. Um, Yeah, he said it should be fine. He would just need enough warning, like before the season starts, basically, and then obviously, assuming that no like emergency situations come up or anything comes up with somebody who gets hurt or just them requiring more people or whatever it might be. So he's a little bit up in the air, but he I asked him as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that's it. And then I'm just gonna have Dan be my best man, but I mean I'm not really gonna have any. I don't really have any responsibilities for my best man, so should be pretty.
What about your bachelor party?
What?
What about your bachelor party?
I don't know. I wasn't really planning on having one.
Oh, come on.
I
We
don't
gotta do
know.
something.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Maybe we'll maybe.
Like if it's just like an all night like gaming sesh.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Or I mean, because like I said, because we're waiting at least until not this summer but next summer. So maybe if I can work it out, with like a couple of people, like maybe like you and like maybe like my brother, my older brother, or my older younger brother Dan. And maybe like one or two other people if we want to go like maybe skiing for a weekend or something. Like I'd be down for something like that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, actually, I obviously I went skiing in February because that's where I proposed.
Yeah.
I haven't I hadn't what?
Which mountain was that?
Oh, that was oh my God, why can't I think of the fucking name? All that is popping into my head right now is the name of my apartment complex because it sounds very very similar. Fuck, what the shit is the name of the? This is so dumb.
What state was it in?
It was in Colorado.
Okay. Was it a big mountain? Like one of the popular ones?
Yeah.
So there's like Breckenridge.
Beaver Creek, I think. I'm
Creek.
fairly certain it was. No, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't Beaver Creek.
There's Vale. There's Aspen.
It was really stupid that I can't remember. Steamboat, Jesus, Steamboat.
No,
Yeah, there we go. We got there.
nice.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. It was yeah, we flew into Denver, and then it was like 4-hour drive or 3.5-hour drive to Steamboat, but there was a literal blizzard that came in the night that we landed and were driving in, and it actually turned out to be extremely fortunate for us because apparently they had terrible skiing all year. Like they had almost no snow, and like just the conditions were terrible, and it literally was just a completely fresh snowstorm the weekend that we went there. So that was nice, but we had to drive in it. So instead of it taking us 3.5 hours, it took us like 7 hours or something.
Wow.
Or 8 hours, something like that. Like literally once we got through the first mountain pass, which is like an hour to an hour and a half in, once we got through that, like it was coming down so bad that everybody was going no more than 25 miles an hour. So we had to go, you know, whatever it was, 120 miles at basically 20 miles an hour.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I made sure to get a 4-wheel drive car because I knew something like that was gonna happen, knowing my luck.
Right.
So it was fine, no biggie. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then except for the fact that the first day we were there, I hadn't been skiing in like 6 or 7 years, actually, basically since I moved out here. And by the end of the first day, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm feeling good, you know, like I you know, like riding a bike, right? Like I felt great. Literally last run of the day, I was like, Simone, I'm gonna go hit the terrain park real quick. I want to see what the jumps are like. I'll meet you at the bottom. And first few jumps were fine, and then I hit the last jump, which was like a 15-footer or something. So it wasn't like big, but it was, you know, big enough. And because of all the fresh snow, all of the jumps had a layer of powder on the takeoff, which was slowing you down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just didn't quite hit it fast enough, and then I got some of my speed scrubbed by the powder at the top of the takeoff, and I just landed flat foot right on the top of the coping. And yeah, I fucked up my heel pretty bad.
Dude, I had almost the exact same injury last year at the end of the season last year.
Yeah.
But it was my knee that got hurt. Not my
Ooh. Yeah, see, I got lucky. It was literally just my heel initially, so I was still we were only skiing for 3 days total, and that was at the end of the first day. So I was able to tough it out for the next 2 days. I got a good like 6 hours both days of skiing in, so it wasn't terrible. It just like I couldn't do all the things that I wanted to do, and you know it was a little bit painful, but for the most part it was fine. But the walking around was the worst part because it really hurt to put weight on it. So when I was skiing, I could stay on the ball of my foot for the most part. But when I was walking around, that was really difficult. And I actually ended up messing up my ankle because of that. Because when we would be walking around, I'd be walking around in like this weird, like limp, like doing, like trying to stand on the ball of my foot and stuff. And I stressed something in my ankle. So my heel started to heal up once we got back after like a day. But then my ankle swelled up for the next like week and a half.
Damn.
I'm getting old, man. It sucks.
No, dude, that's not because you're getting old. That's because like you probably haven't skied in a while.
Yeah, well, that too. But yeah, it was kind of interesting because it was the first time I've skied since I've like kind of gotten in shape. Like, not that I'm in shape, but more in shape than I've ever been while skiing. So I was kind of curious how I'd handle it. And to be honest, like I didn't feel any different. Maybe a little bit less tired at the end of the day, I guess, but. Other than that, like, yeah, it didn't really feel any different. Like my skis didn't feel lighter or heavier. I didn't feel like I had more or less control. I don't know. Everything just felt the same.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it was a good time. It was really nice. And our package came with a couple of perks. So like we got to do night skiing as well one of the nights there, for free, which was awesome. And the place that we ended up renting was one of the cheapest places I could find, and it was literally ski in, ski out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like, because I literally looked at, like, rooms in the hotels that were, like, lining the base of the mountain, you know? And they were all, like, 40 to 50% more than what we ended up getting. And what we ended up getting was literally, like, a condo that was on the side of the mountain. Like, it was, like, literally 10 steps, and we were on the mountain. Just put your skis on and go.
Wow.
It was pretty crazy. I don't understand how the pricing worked. We were, like, and we were on the first floor, too. Like, we didn't even have to, like, I don't know. It was very strange. I knew where it was based on the map, but I didn't know that it was, like, literally up against the mountain until we got there. I figured we'd have to walk, like, you know, at least 100 yards or something, but
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I would love to do a ski trip next season.
Yeah,
or 2 seasons or whatever.
I definitely want to now that I've been again. Like I love skiing. But if I have to take a vacation every year, or if I get to take a vacation every year, kind of want to just ski.
Yeah.
bachelor party, good excuse. We can only we can go for like 1 or 2 days. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. And actually, I could just force you guys to come out here. You come out like a couple days before the. Oh well, no, that wouldn't work. So we're doing it in the summer. Never mind. Anyway, but yeah, we've got a couple of mountains up here that are pretty good. So you guys could literally just whoever wanted to could just come up here, and then you could crash here or crash at my parents' house or something, and that way you could save money, and we could just do like a day trip or two up to the local mountains here.
Yeah, be down.
But anyway, yeah. Just a thought, but I honestly hadn't thought about a bachelor party at all. So.
Well, that's not supposed to be your concern. It's supposed to be your best man's concern.
Yeah, I guess. But I already warned him. I was like, you don't have any responsibilities. Don't worry about that. You're just gonna be the first person behind me in line. That's all that means.
Mm.
You talking about Dan?
What?
Well, maybe I should get his number and brainstorm with him.
Danny.
Oh. Hi, Danny.
Hello, how's it
I can't
going?
hear him.
He says, hello, how's it going?
Pretty good.
She says, pretty good.
Tell her I say congrats.
He says, congrats.
Thank you.
I'm talking to him about that.
Yeah, the wedding. I figured. Good, I'm glad.
Sorry, give me just a sec. I'll be right back after in the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's called One.
One?
And yeah. And it's like a bank, like a digital bank.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
so yeah, like checking, savings, like sharing pockets, like we're trying to innovate in the space. We
Nice.
launched in December and we're growing pretty well. Like we're kind of on our growth curve, like trying to get our name out there, get people interested, and going to be looking to raise Series B soon. So once we get more money, we'll probably try to hire a bunch and continue to grow and try to take over as much as we can.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you've only got what, a couple of competitors, right? I mean, there's Chime and
There's like Chime, Monzo, N26. There's actually a lot in the field, but
Is
it's
there?
also a big industry. Yeah, it's also a big industry, and we have like a few competitive advantages if it works out. Yeah, like we can offer credit and bank account, which like not a lot of them can do. Like we're gonna move a little bit into like housing loans. So like if you want to like buy like a new appliance or refrigerator, we could offer the term loans and then also like convert them into like banking customers as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's cool. I kind of like was wary of fintech because I feel like most financial institutions are there to just like screw you over, but I feel like this one actually like cares and like wants to offer like good products to people. So that's good. I'm happy about that.
Nice. So are you in like a project management position for them in terms of the website, or are you like the lead architect?
So I'm on the architecture team, and it's like pretty much all back end work. And yeah, it's like me and one other guy who's the chief architect, and we have pretty much the same responsibilities. He has like a little bit more experience and like a little bit more of a kind of like a executive decision making, but we do most of the same work. And yeah, so we're building out like that. Yeah, so we have like all of our backend services, which is like the majority of the work basically is like all the banking stuff, all of like we have like a customer experience team. We have like a risk, like a risk context, so like underwriting like the credit and loan positions, and like looking at all the transactions, make sure they're not fraudulent, and onboarding, so like getting people in the door. Yeah, we have a bunch of like backend kind of like services, and we have like a pretty unique architecture. So instead of being like traditionally like normal CRUD based, like database driven, we are event sourced, which is a little bit different. Instead of like storing like things in a single table where you like update, like you like insert rows and then you update them, basically most of the information is like insert only. And so you like insert a row, let's say like it's like a user, like you insert like, oh, you created a user, and then like you need to like update your name, you insert another row that says like updated name, and so you have like a record of everything that happened. Yeah, so anyway, we have like a pretty different architecture than what normal like software engineers are used to, and
Interesting.
The architecture team kind of like helps build tools around the architecture, because there's some caveats to some of the choices we made that we have to like deal with.
Right. Yeah.
And we're also responsible for making sure we're scalable. So like as we get a lot more people and a lot more users, make sure that like we're in a position where we can add more like resources and won't get bottlenecked. So we can like deal with like, if we have like a news article and like a ton of people sign up, our site's not just gonna go down.
Yeah. Load balancing.
Yeah, load balancing, yeah, and also on the database side as well, making sure like data layer can scale horizontally. But it's fun, and I'm learning a lot, and I really like it. I like my coworkers, so
That's
enjoying
good.
it.
And obviously, working from home hasn't been an issue for you.
No. When I moved to California, I worked from home for like a year and a half. I kept my job from DC. So,
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of used to it. I can kind of adapt to it. But I do prefer to be in an office and like meet with people.
Yeah.
I enjoy it more. Sometimes it's nice to like be at home. Like I think it would be nice to like have the choice to work from home like some days, but I think I would prefer to be in the office most of the days.
Yeah, I think my company, once everything is over, is gonna switch to like a hybrid model, probably.
Yeah, it
So-
seems like a lot of people are going that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that would make sense. Like for larger companies, I get it. Like, but our company is large, but not here. Like our company is large in China, but like our North American branch is not that big. So I don't know how much sense like a hybrid model makes for us, because we just don't have that many employees. You know what I mean? So like maintaining an office space that's big enough for all the employees, but at the same time not really having all the employees use it, just seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. They've been sending out a bunch of like surveys and stuff, like trying to get people's feedback and everything. And I mean, our production as a company hasn't gone down or anything, so I think management is all for it, because they're like, wow, that's a large yearly expense we can get rid of.
Yeah.
But
And you're being remote?
what?
Do you prefer being remote?
No, to be honest, I'm kind of with you. I prefer being in the office. But I would definitely be down for like a hybrid type thing where I'm not in the office all the time, or maybe like in the office for half a day or something like that, every day. Because the reason why I like the office, I think, is different than you. I don't really care about being around people, but I'm much more accountable for myself when I know other people are watching.
Yeah.
So, like, that's just the truth. It's just the, it's just the truth, the self-aware truth about it. Is I know for a fact that I would be getting more work done in an office than I am from home. Not that I'm not getting work done or anything, but
yeah, I feel you. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting more work done, and then other times I'll like end early or like not do much. So
yeah. I mean, that's actually one of the things that I like best about working from home, is that if I'm like really like in a mood or just don't feel like doing work or whatever, I can just not do work and just be like, I'll do it at 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like feel totally fine about that, and not have to worry about like, I don't know, not have to worry about the fact that I didn't get anything done during the normal hours or whatever, because I don't know, I just kind of feel like working from home, like as long as I put in 8 hours total, like I'm fine, So there's a bunch of times where like I'll take a morning off and I'll just work until 8 p.m. instead of starting at 9 and going till 5, or I'll take like an hour or two break in the middle of the day and then I'll just work until 6.
yeah,
Stuff like that. That kind of flexibility is nice.
yeah, I agree. It's nice, like, I feel like people in like management positions just like have meetings all day. Like, I would hate that.
Yeah, that's basic. That's kind of what I've gathered, especially because we do a lot of we do contract work, obviously. So generally, our contacts for the projects that we're working on are all project managers. So yeah, it's like okay, well, I've got to go to another meeting, or like, sorry, I'm late. I was just in a meeting, and
Yeah.
it's like no worries. I have 2 meetings today, so you're fine. I am pretty much free.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Yeah, I've been trying to, like, I don't know, I kind of want some experience being a technical manager, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to like it, so. I don't know, like, I could either go that route, or I could, like, continue to do more and more, like, technical, like, architecture stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this job right now for me is a little bit interesting because I'm kind of getting a lot of experience with a lot of different kind of job responsibilities, I guess. Because one of the contracts that I'm on, I'm basically the only person on it. There's one other person, but he's I don't know if he's like a full employee or not, but he's not fully on the contract. Like every so often he'll be like, oh, I'm working on something else. I don't have time to work on anything. I'll be like, okay, just let me know when you have some time, I guess, and I'll see you in a couple days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that contract is literally just me. So it's technically only supposed to be like a support contract, but we end up doing development projects for them anyway. So I've been doing like server migrations and support desk tickets and development projects and setting up like web pages and all this kind of stuff. So it's been like it's been a lot to handle, but it's good like project management experience, even though like it's not really a project management role,
Yeah.
or it's not really supposed to be anyway, but it is.
Yeah. That's cool. What languages do you work with?
I'm actually just working with with the SharePoint framework right now, for the most part.
Alright.
Like basically just anything Office 365 related. So
Yeah.
SharePoint, Power Apps, Power Automate, stuff like that. So I don't do a lot of just straight up coding, but the coding that I do is all pretty much React.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So because all of the you can custom build web parts for SharePoint. And all of the web parts are either built in JavaScript or you can use React or Angular, you know? So
Yeah.
generally we just use React because Microsoft seems to like it. So they have a decent amount of support and stuff for it. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I actually recently did a random, they pulled me off the Microsoft contract to do, or the Microsoft SharePoint contract anyway, to do a straight up Microsoft website. So I just did the front end code for a Microsoft page, but that was random. I don't usually do that. I don't know why. Like I feel like my boss felt like he wanted to give me something to do other than like Power Apps stuff, because I've been doing Power Apps literally for like 6 months straight probably. So I feel like he was just like, hey, you want to do some actual coding? And I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, that sounds good.
Nice.
But like I don't know. I that was the first website I've ever coded in React.
How was your experience with it?
It was fine. It's easy. I mean, and you know, I'm used to it from doing the web parts. It's just not exactly the same, obviously, because I have to worry about the back end interactions and stuff. And it got a little bit complicated because when you're building a page on the Microsoft site, you have to adhere to certain standards, and they have a universal header footer that you need to import into your project. So there were like, you know, some like specifics like that I needed to deal with, and having not even done a React web page prior, you know, it was like I had a lot of things that I needed to figure out kind of on the fly. And then the universal header footer API doesn't apparently have any cross origin headers, so it didn't work in Firefox.
Oh,
because Firefox has to be a stickler about the rules.
yeah.
So we had to do this like weird, like janky implementation where we set up essentially an Express server that ran in parallel to the React front end, and the Express server did the API calls for us, so we didn't have to worry about the cross origin, and then we made API calls to the Express server.
Oh man,
It was kind of stupid.
interesting. Yeah,
But-
we use Express.
Yeah.
All of our stuff is TypeScript.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what React is at this point.
Yeah.
But that's what web parts basically are as well. Is they're all TypeScript files.
That's cool. I like TypeScript.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's basically just like JavaScript with some added useful syntax.
And strong typing.
Yeah.
If you want it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's definitely some deeper benefits to it that I'm sure you're much more interested in utilizing than someone like me, because I mostly just do like front end stuff, you know.
Yeah, another thing we do, which was new to me, is it's all functional programming, which React basically is mostly functional programming, right? But yeah, it's like we use this library called FPTS, and we're like probably like 99% functional programming, so it's like a lot different than what I was used to.
What do you mean by functional programming?
So basically, like, everything has to be a pure function, and like you can't have a variable that you assign to something and then change the assignment later. So like, and there's no, and like all the like the looping is different. Like you use maps instead of looping, like for each or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and you basically can't carry state. So like, it's not object oriented. Like you have no objects. Like object oriented programming, like you have like an object and it's got its own behavior. Like you have functions that are part of the object. The object has its own state. Like if it's a user, then it'll have its own like username, and like there might be a custom function for like modifying a username or something.
Mm-hmm.
Functional programming, you can't carry state anywhere. So it's like, I don't know. There's some like weird. It's like a completely kind of strange way of programming that like most I wasn't really used to, I guess, working in PHP.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I like about React is the class-based nature of it, because it's very easy for me to understand. You know, like it's very relatable to, you know, a lot of what I've done in the past. So it's kind of like easy to understand, you know, what's going on and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like learning React for the first time is kind of overwhelming, but
You think so?
once
To be
you,
hon-
like, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, to be honest, the only thing that I ever had trouble with in React was learning kind of like not necessarily how to fit everything together, but what the standard is for fitting everything together. You know what I mean? Like like when would I put something in the property? Like when would I make something a component versus just putting it as a function in an existing class? When would I, you know, use something as a property versus a state variable versus, you know, like a constant, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like there was just a lot of ways to do like very similar things. I just never really understood really what the differences and benefits were of doing it one way or the other, unless, like, for instance, when I'm making web parts, one of the things that you have to configure for a web part obviously is the options panel, because a user is going to go ahead and add the web part to a web page, and then they have to configure it, you know, to whatever. So you have to make sure that your options panel is set up properly, and then generally a lot of the things that you use to render the web part or come from the options panel, right, or the options pane.
Yep.
So like that's kind of easy to understand, you know, like, okay, if the user needs to input that information, then I'm getting it from there and I'm putting it in here, so it needs to be, you know, a property on the component because it's not within the component. It needs to be set from without, you know, from outside and all that kind of stuff. But just in a vacuum, like when I was building the web page, like I built, like, there were 4 sections to the web page. I built a component for each section. I have no idea if that's what I was supposed to do. Like, you know, or if somebody who's like knows React, like, ever looks at it later, they're gonna be like, what the fuck was this guy thinking, you know?
Yeah. Have you used Redux at all?
No.
Yeah, that's what's more confusing to me, I guess. Is like the data flow when you're doing like a single page app.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah.
But I really don't use React at all because I'm not doing any front end work. So
Right.
I'm just like I'm mostly concerned with even like APIs, but like even APIs, like, whoa, did you just like leave?
I logged out because I was scared for my life, for my character's life. I have I most people use a logout macro, but I just use, there's a software that a lot of people use for Trade League, because it allows you to search up the values of items from within game, which you know which you can't normally do. But one of the things it also allows you to do is set up hotkeys. So there's a command. I think it's just /logout or something like that. So I just set up a hotkey for that instead of having to use an actual logout macro. So it's not as precise as an actual logout macro. So my character does technically hang out when I log out for maybe half a second. So it could get me killed, but it's safer than staying in an area where I probably will die anyway.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so I have wrote a few API endpoints, but I'm actually mostly writing the code behind the API endpoint. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, the kind of framework behind it, and other site reliability things. We use have you heard of Kafka?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, so Kafka it's like a pub sub kind of messaging layer. So you can publish messages to a topic, and then multiple things can be listening to that topic. And it's a way to process information asynchronously rather than having a microservices architecture where you have all these backend services that make HTTP requests to each other. Instead, they communicate over this messaging layer called Kafka, and yeah, I kind of have to worry a lot about that because there's some scaling things around it that we have to be concerned with.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. But I took a React course because I signed up for this thing called Trilogy, which they do boot camps associated with universities, coding boot camps, and I wanted to try to teach a little bit. And they were doing a React course for instructors, so I took that.
Nice.
It was pretty good. I think they're pretty good, but I don't use React anymore. So I don't reinforce anything that I learned.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am with that Python course that I took a year or two ago. I took a full online Python course, and I remember how to code Python and everything, but yeah, I haven't used it since. I never really used it to work on any projects other than the projects for the class. And I'd have to look at a walkthrough again, to set up a server and everything.
Yeah.
I always feel bad when I do that because it feels like wasted time at that point.
But if you ever have to go back to it, you'll learn a lot quicker.
Right. Yeah, and you'll remember things that you don't remember off the top of your head initially, for sure. But I don't know. Still, just in a vacuum, it just feels like wasted time.
Yeah. I mean, Python is a very popular language. In a future job, it's pretty likely that you'll either be working with JavaScript or Python.
Yeah.
Or Microsoft too. Microsoft's a whole ecosystem I know nothing about.
Yeah. Well, Microsoft is mostly C# and .NET and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Well, I know C, but not well enough to make anything commercial.
They're getting into the open source ecosystem. They bought GitHub.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that Yeah, one of the things my company is pushing for right now is for people to get their Azure Active Directory certifications.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess I might do that in the next few months or something. It was kind of funny because they like made kind of like a big push to do it probably like 6 or 8 months ago, and then I don't think a lot of people were actually like were going to the meetings and stuff because they had like a weekly meeting set up, like, you know, if you're going through the course, come here. If you have any questions or if you need help or you know whatever. And I think they got to the point where they realized like nobody was actually really like going through the course.
Everyone just going to the meetings.
Yeah, everybody was like, "No, I'm totally gonna do it." So I'll just go to the meetings to, you know, hear everybody else's questions. But then every meeting was just like, "Anybody have any questions? Where's everybody at?" It's just total silence.
Yeah.
So they sent out another email recently. They were like, "By the way, if you're getting your Azure certifications," I was like, "Oh yeah, I should probably do that." I mean, I didn't get a certification or anything, but like I know like AWS, you know, decently well because I needed to know that in order to set up the final project for my Python course. So I can't imagine Azure is going to be much different, but it's just a different environment. Oh God. So what else is new?
We got a dog.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
We got a golden doodle.
Okay. I'm assuming a golden retriever mixed with a poodle?
Yes.
Got it. Nice.
And she's awesome.
What's her name?
Trix.
That's cute.
Like the cereal.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, she's 7 months now. Yeah. It's really nice having her, especially during like COVID, where there's like nothing else to do, basically.
Yeah.
Nice to hang out with her.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I finally gave in to us getting a cat.
Oh man, I'm allergic to cats.
Are you? I don't think I ever knew that.
The best cat ever.
Yeah, Simone says he's the best cat ever, but she doesn't have to spend all day every day with him, so.
I believe that. He said
What?
some dog was the best dog ever. I would have that.
Yeah. No. We're cat people right now, so don't worry.
Nice. Hana is finishing her PhD. She
People who can go to school for that long are
yeah
impressive.
right. She's she just has to basically like she's done all of her research. She just has to write and finish 3 publications, and then she's basically done. But she just got a job. So she's working now, but she also has to finish her PhD while she's working, so she's pretty busy.
And the job isn't related to the PhD?
It's I mean it's like it's doing a lot of the stuff that she was doing while she was doing her PhD, but it's not associated with the university at all. It's like completely separate.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, the
Ballsy.
work is completely separate. But she's only technically supposed to be working 75% of full time, so she has some time to do her finish her publications.
And she's getting her PhD what, in like geology?
Entomology.
What?
Entomology.
Entomology. Got it.
Insects, yeah.
I knew it had something to do with dirt.
Yeah, yeah. She works on insects in agricultural systems, so pest management basically.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Fuck
she's been
you!
busy.
Sorry.
Oh,
I got trapped.
oh,
I'm
guy.
no, I'm good. My
You
what?
you locked out.
Yeah, I got body blocked. See this right here, this mana flask. I'm not supposed to be using this still. I'm supposed to be using a flask that makes it so that I can phase through enemies. But I don't have the right crafts or the right crafts on my gear right now. So my main damaging ability costs a little too much mana. So even though I recoup all of my mana that I spend on it as long as I hit an enemy, because of all the other spells that I'm casting, if I don't hit like at least like 4 or 5 enemies, then I can end up in a situation where literally I can't like cast anything, and my mana regen is so bad. So anyway, I'm just in a kind of a weird position right now because I'm supposed to be using a flask that would not put me in that position, but I can't right now because my gear isn't properly set up.
Gotcha.
And to be honest, my damage on this character for where I'm at in the game is a little bit low right now.
What level are you?
91.
Oh, sounds high.
What?
So that sounds high.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pushing the endgame bosses right now. So like this is the Atlas. I don't know how much you've actually played Path of Exile or know about it, but this
Hana
is
plays it all the time.
Hana does.
Yeah, she's like in the 80s.
Oh, nice. What league does she play in?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Generally, so that's kind of a wrong question to ask, but basically there's 4 versions of every league that comes out, so you don't have to play the league. You could just play standard, but most people don't play standard. Most people play the current league. And when the league comes out, there's 4 versions. There's the softcore version, the solo self-found softcore version, and then the hardcore version and the SSF hardcore version. So there's basically a trade version and a solo version of both softcore and hardcore.
I think she plays the trade version, but she doesn't trade at all. So I think she's basically playing solo.
Gotcha. Yeah, but I was just curious because depending, like if she played SSF, I would never be able to interact with her even if I played the same league. But if she plays a trade league, then like I could play a trade league as well, and we could you know like group up or whatever. But anyway, no, that's cool. What do you know what kind of character she's playing? Like what her build is?
I don't know exactly the type that she's doing, but I think she has a lot of similar abilities to the ones you're using.
Oh yeah, she might be playing this build. This is the most considered the most powerful build right now for like especially for SSF players. Actually, only for SSF players. Sorry.
She does spam like the spikes, whatever those spikes things are.
Oh, she might be playing Earth Shatter then. I'm playing Earthquake, which looks like this. Here. I can show. I think I still have a Earth Shatter gem. Yeah. So this is Earth Shatter. Is this what she is? This the kind of thing? Those
Probably.
spikes?
Oh no,
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't watched her play in a while though.
That's fine. There's a bunch of skills in this genre. They're called slam skills now, and a lot of them have a similar animation where the character slams the ground and then spikes shoot up, and it's just kind of like this one shoots out spikes, kind of like in a line. The one that I'm currently using shoots them out in a giant circle. There are ones that shoot them out in like a straight line. There's a bunch of different ones. Oh shit! I didn't realize it used so many portals. Well, here we go. Because I'm trying to do a guardian right now, an elder guardian. So this is the endgame atlas here. So right, if you see here, I have Crusader defeated and Hunter defeated, and I have another one spawned here, and I need to spawn a fourth one. And then once I this is Warlord. So once I defeat Warlord, and then Redeemer, that spawns the basically the end game boss for the Atlas called Sirus. So I'm hoping to do him tonight, but I'm not getting a lot of map drops, so I can't spawn the Conquerors, which is really annoying. But this, what I'm doing right here in this map, is there's a couple of other end game bosses, and this map right here is for one of those end game bosses. So when I get to the end of this map, I don't fight the actual map boss. I end up fighting a special boss, which is probably going to take me like 5 or 10 minutes to kill if I survive. So it should be interesting.
Okay.
Defeat the Elder's Guardian. This is my third one, actually. I'd only need one more to spawn the boss. Ooh. Oh no, that's crap. Never mind. Okay.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put headphones in.
Oh, I gotcha. Alrighty. Here we go.
I just played softball. Back from softball.
You played softball?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm in a co-ed league. Oh shit, this guy is like...
Alright, let's do it. Oh god, I hope I don't die. I don't want to die. I actually don't even remember what this guy does. Oh, fuck. There's usually, with these guys, there's usually only like 1 or 2 abilities that you actually have to avoid. Probably something like that, yeah. Okay, this guy is actually significantly easier than the other ones have been.
My spirit is spent.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so he puts a burn on me, and I don't have a flask that gets rid of burns. This could be interesting. Oh, fuck you! That looks dangerous. Oh my god. This sucks. And I can't log out either. Because I used up all my fucking portals. Okay, alright, we're fine. I'm just completely out of flasks now, which is not good. Okay. Ow! Okay, it's fine. I think. Woo! Nice.
I can't do this just yet.
Oh, nice. Get it.
That was significantly easier than the other 2 Elder Guardians that I've done. So maybe my damage is finally getting to a good point. I've got I don't know. I need a better weapon. My weapon is total shit.
How come your mana stays at like 74?
So the way that Path of Exile works is the way that you buff yourself generally is you have to reserve mana in order to buff yourself. So that's the trade-off basically. So my mana is always at 74 out of 620 because I have a reserved of 546 mana for the auras, the buffs that I'm running.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is, again, one of the reasons why I have to run a mana flask right now. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing this game the last like year or so. It's been really interesting. I played the first league in softcore trade, and then ever since then I've been playing SSF hardcore, which is probably a stupid decision because I don't get to see a lot of as much of the endgame as most people.
What does hardcore mean?
It means if I die, I lose my character.
So you haven't died yet?
Not on this character, but this is like my fifth or sixth character of the league.
Damn.
Yeah. I can show you the characters that I have died on. So you don't actually lose it; they get sent to standard. So you can't play them in the current league anymore.
Got it. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So this was one of them. This was probably my favorite one actually. I'm gonna play this same build next league to start with if they don't like change it in any way, because this one is a lot of fun. This one is just I don't know if I have any maps in standard, but actually here.
My brother plays a lot too.
Alex.
Yeah. He has a little girl now.
Yeah. I met her as a baby at your wedding.
Right.
And yeah, I think that was all I was running for now. But anyway, this one's fun because literally, it's just an automatic thing. I only have to press two buttons. I press my left mouse button to move around, which also is my main damaging ability. It just drops it on the ground automatically. And then there's one other button that I press in order to like kill enemies like a little bit further away. But this is really fun because you just run around like this and just everything just melts. I love this build. It's so much fun. And it's a cold build, so everything freezes. So generally, the way that you stay alive is that nothing hits you because everything moves too slowly.
That's cool.
Yeah, that build was a lot of fun. I was really upset when it died. It actually died twice. I got it to level 91, and then I died, and I was really upset, so I remade it and got to level 93 and died again. And this was my other guy. This guy's pretty interesting. You put corpse. You use one spell to create corpses on the ground, and then you use another spell to explode the corpses for a shit ton of fire damage. But yeah, after my cold build died, that's when I made this character, because this character is basically immortal. Like this character should almost never die as long as I don't like royally mess something up on my part. You know what I mean?
I mean, he got down to like half health.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing that's nice about this character, and one of the other reasons why it's hard for him to die, because I have this ability which says gain adrenaline for 20 seconds when you reach low life. If you do not have adrenaline, recover 25% of your life when you gain adrenaline. So basically, anytime, I think it's 10%. I actually don't remember now. Adrenaline granite. Yeah, it doesn't actually say. It just says low life, but I think low life is 10%. So anytime I drop below 10%, I automatically regain 25% of my health. So it's just an automatic heal. So unless unless I get just straight up one shot by something, but I have the other thing that's nice about this character is he has a lot of damage mitigation. He doesn't really use damage avoidance. It's just damage mitigation. So generally, I'm like constantly getting hit. Anyway. This character is just kind of annoying because the only way that this character works is with these three things called war cries. So there's seismic cry, intimidating cry, and enduring cry. And that's the only reason this character does any damage, is because the way that these work is that for each war cry that you do, there's a number. Well, this one doesn't have a number, it's just one. But these two, the seismic cry and the intimidating cry, you have a number, and that's the number of attacks that get buffed by the war cry. So what you have to do, and you'll see that one is 5 and one is 3. So what you have to do is you press like, well, here, I'll get rid of them. Hold on.
I can't do this just yet.
So you press this one first, and then you do 2 attacks, and that brings it to 3. So then you press the other one, so now they're lined up, and then you do 2 more attacks, so that brings them to 1, and then you press your third one because it only does 1 attack, and then you click, and then you attack again. And you have to do that over and over and over again, and you have to make sure that you keep those lined up like that, because otherwise your damage drops off significantly.
Gotcha.
So it's really annoying to play because, like, the cold dot character, like I said, you literally just run around and press one button. Like, I loved that, you know. This one, like, not only do I have to press like literally like 4 or 5 different buttons just to do my full damage, but I also have to pay attention in what order I press them.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to it though. It's not as bad as it was at the beginning. But still, like, if I'm in like tense situations or boss fights, like I mess up the war cry rotation all the time. My damage is just total shit. Oh no, I don't want to do ice beams. So have you been watching Outriders at all?
No.
That or following it, that new video game that came out?
No.
Oh, it's like the new Destiny 2, I guess. It's like an online looter shooter, but it's not an MMO. It's just like either a solo or co-op, I guess.
Okay.
But it's like the new big game that everybody's playing.
That's cool.
I don't know. It looked alright. I've actually been thinking about getting back into Valorant. I played Valorant for like a month, and I really enjoyed it. And then I don't know, I just stopped playing it for a while, and then my hard drive or my operating system got corrupted, so I had to switch hard drives. I just never reinstalled it. Have you played Valorant?
I have not.
No. You'd probably like Valorant. It's like if somebody mixed Fortnite with Counter-Strike.
Sounds cool.
No building, really, but you know.
Yeah.
I guess actually it's closer to Overwatch mixed with Counter-Strike.
Interesting, like a MOBA first-person shooter. Overwatch is a MOBA, right?
Overwatch is a Team Fortress 2 type of game. It's a class-based shooter.
Okay.
What?
You're being very loud.
Oh, sorry, baby.
Have you played Satisfactory?
I have not.
I really like that game.
I know you were playing it for a while.
Yeah, they just came out with a new update too. It's still an early access game, but it's like you can play hundreds of hours, or 100 hours at least.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know I liked builder games until I played that game.
Really? Wait, didn't you used to play like Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff?
A little bit, yeah, but I was never really that into it.
Okay.
I did like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but yeah, I didn't. Not in the way that I liked like Counter Strike.
Right.
And I played a lot of Dota for a couple years.
Yeah. I played the only time I played Dota was there was like a 4-month period a couple of years ago, like maybe like 2017, 2018, something like that. There was a 4-month period where I literally probably played like 200 or 300 hours of Dota in like 3 or 4 months. And I was like really making like an effort to like learn the game and everything. And then the reason I quit actually was because I couldn't figure out how to get into ranked. I was like, I'm kind of tired of playing these just like normal these normal games with no stakes in them. I'd like to play ranked now, but there was some, I forget what the deal was, but there was some barrier to entry for ranked, and I guess it wasn't a time gated thing or whatever, and I still couldn't play ranked after like 300 hours. I was like, God, this sucks. Fuck this.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. It was I think it was something to do with like you had to have like 10 heroes at like a certain experience level or something, or you'd had to have played a certain amount of games with at least 10 heroes, something along those lines. I forget what the deal was. And I was basically just only playing who's the fighter guy, the berserker guy.
Troll Warlord?
No. The one that spins.
Juggernaut,
thank you. I was pretty much only playing Juggernaut, Earth's no, not Earth Spirit. Not Earthshaker. It was the guy who can like run across the map.
Run across. I know who you're talking about.
I don't think anybody plays him anymore. I think he's been out of the meta for a long time. But when I was playing him, he was still really good. Yeah, and then I played Storm Spirit. Those were like the only 3 characters that I played. So, yeah. So there's some, I think there was some sort of like, yes, requirement or stipulation where you had to play like 10 different characters a certain amount or something along those. I forget what the deal was, but yeah, I remember specifically I stopped playing it because I was like, I feel like I have a good grasp of the game now and I want to play ranked, but the game wouldn't let me play ranked.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no,
I've been watching Dota recently.
Yeah, to be honest, I that was the reason that I got into it. Was I started watching Dota in 2015 when I happened to randomly catch the TI that year. Yeah, and then it was it wasn't like for a year or two, and I would just watch some of the tournaments and stuff, and then like a year or two later, I was finally like, you know what, I'm gonna pick it up and give it a try. But yeah, no, I still watch it, especially the tournaments. It's such an intricate game, which is what I like about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I like, and also like once you've played it, you pick up on so many more little things, you know?
Yeah.
Like for instance, like I watched it for like a year and a half or 2 years before I played it. Never once noticed like pros like canceling auto attacks and like baiting creeps into towers and stuff like that, you know. But then after I played, like noticing all those little things.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely like Dota. It's fun, but I've only been playing uh, mobile MOBAs recently. So I have there's one called Mobile Legends, which I think is maybe the biggest or the second biggest, and then League of Legends Wild Rift just released, and I've played a couple of games of that. But that's just like if
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the couch and I'm bored, you know.
The thing I don't like about it is it's such a commitment. You have to once you start a game, you have to play for the next 30, 45 minutes without interruption. Otherwise, you're screwing over your team.
Yep. Yep.
I really, it's nice to have a game that you can just pause and come back to.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest, that was one of the nice things about Heroes of the Storm was Heroes of the Storm specifically was designed so that each game was 10 to 20-ish minutes long, and a game for I think it took 2 years of pro play before there was ever a game that went over 30 minutes or 35 minutes. It's just almost impossible for games to go that long in that game, which was always kind of nice.
Yeah.
But that game had so many other problems. Unfortunate, because it was fun for a time. It was fun for a time. I don't know if you ever played Heroes of the Storm, but
I didn't. No, I never played it.
I liked the objective based gameplay of it, because essentially what it did different than League of Legends and Dota is there's not one map. There's well, I don't know how many maps there are now, but it released with 4 or 6 maps or something like that. And each map was essentially the same. It was a 3-lane map with, 2 layers of defenses in each lane, and then, the core or whatever. But each map had a different mechanic that the players could interact with in some way that would give you an edge periodically throughout the match. So one of the maps was called Dragon Shrine, and there were 2 shrines, one in the top lane and one in the bottom lane. And when the shrines activated every 2 minutes or something after every 2 minutes or whatever. And if one team could control both shrines, then it would activate this dragon suit in the center lane. So you would have to activate both. You would have to gain control of both shrines, and then you would have to have a third person in the center lane to grab the dragon suit. And then the dragon suit was just this giant thing that just destroyed buildings in 3 hits, and had a decent amount of health. But But anyway, it had cool stuff like that, so I really like that aspect of it. But the one thing it did wrong was it made your hero power team-based. So you as a solo player couldn't go to a lane or couldn't go to the jungle and grind out levels. You would be grinding out levels for your team. So if there's one person slacking in their lane and not getting enough XP and you fall behind as a team, and there's no way for one person to make it up. So
Gotcha.
It was a very frustrating game because generally the team with the worst player lost. It wasn't the team with the best player winning, it was the team with the worst player losing.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel like you could affect the outcome as much,
Uh-huh. Well, I think I should probably go to sleep.
Sounds like a plan.
It's been fun.
For sure, man. Thanks for coming in and chatting. It's been a while.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, let me know when you know more deets about the wedding stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'll keep you updated. Like I said, it's not going to be anything crazy, So I'll let you know whatever the clothing theme is, I guess, and that's pretty much it.
Sounds good. All right.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yep. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
can't do this just yet.
I'm sorry. Good to see you. Come back soon. Warm nights.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? You want me to open the window for you? Okay. Good boy.
Exciting.
That's not bad, actually.
Stay safe. God slay. Good luck out there.
Oh, I have one already?
God slay.
Well, already then.
Good luck out there. Hello. Keep your eyes sharp.
I can't do this just yet.
Oh, hi, buddy. Whoop. Okay. Good boy. Hi. Aw. Hi, buddy. am gonna take a little break. We'll be back in probably like 10 or 15 minutes. Screw it. I'm spawning the last guy in Haywork. I don't care. It's they're the only maps I have, man. The only ones I have right now. Let's do channel. That should be fine.
I can't do this just yet.
Sirus was once a mortal. But they consumed his humanity. I can't do this just yet.
What? Okay, dude. Not very nice.
I can't do this just yet.
Dead end.
this just yet. I do love the stink of victory. I believe in friendly fight. I can't do this just yet. can't do this just yet. I can't do this just yet. Spirit is spent. can't do this just yet. I believe in traveling light. Judging by the trailer,
I have some good news.
I can't do this just yet.
Oh, the no animations thing is a new new one for me.
I can't do this just yet.
Okay.
Welcome! Time has no meaning here. Your pain will be endless. Distasteful!
My spirit is spent.
I shall free you. Away with you!
I can't do this just yet.
I shall free you. Run! Distasteful! I shall free you. consolation is that I am.
It is Beanos. Oh, I have to pee.
I can't do this just yet. can't do this just yet.
Good to see you. Come back soon. Let's land. Exile. Good luck out there.
Well, that makes sense why I wasn't dropping any. I don't have any tier 15s open in turns. I gotta run tier 14s.
I can't do this just yet.
Alright. Last two maps. Last two maps for the night, anyway.
My spirit is stench. Practice makes perfect. I can't do this just yet.
Huh. Okay. What the fuck?
Godslayer. Good luck out there.
I can't do this just yet. My spirit is spent. I can't do this just yet. can't do this just yet.
Exile. Fear. Hello. Fate awaits you.
Oh, it's a little bit rough. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me for tonight. Peace.